The bus goes down, you got your money.
Police officers, freeze! Get him over there, get him!
You lousy snitch.
LaRue Collins.
Right. Waster.
What are you so steamed up about?
It's my fault she came here. Where are you? You don't care? I care. You understand? I care about you and your right to live. Police officers, let me through.
This here buyer, he's a little nervous anyhow, you know? You sure there won't be no slip-up?
We don't make no slip-ups, Max. Just be sure he pays off when we deliver. You're responsible. We're laying on a lot of bread for this operation. The guys are coming in from Detroit and Cleveland. A little around the left kidney, huh, baby? Hey, that hurts.
That ain't your kidney, that's your liver, Angie. You better lay off that Vino Russo.
Rosso's red. Russo's my cousin. Hey, it's pretty good, LaRue. Either you're getting better or I'm getting used to your feet.
No later than Saturday night, remember. After that, my buyer's long gone.
You worry too much, Max, you know that? What about a pizza?
Fat.
This for you, baby. I'll settle up with an old bag out front.
Thanks. Was good enough for me. Good enough for me and
You and me, let's get together, okay?
What do you have in mind? Uh-huh.
Oh, how about it?
Joe? Sorry, pal, I'm a police officer. You're under arrest. How about
You
it?
lousy!
Hi. LaRue, what do you want?
I gotta see you. I got some hot information.
Not here. I'm working. Can't you tell?
But it's the biggest thing I've ever come up with.
It's the wrong time, the wrong place. Call me tomorrow.
Pepper, I said it's big, please.
All right.
Well, what you think? Big, huh?
Yeah.
Like, worth maybe a couple of $100? Because I sure do need it.
Well, I'll phone in the information, and if the bus goes down, you've got your money.
I need it now.
LaRue, that's not how we operate, and you know it. I'll phone it in, and if everything goes okay, you got it.
Look, if you're trying to say that my batting average hadn't always been perfect, well, okay. I'm no Joe Namath. You always right?
You okay?
Yeah, fine.
Your boy, he okay?
How'd you know about him?
You showed me his picture once, around last Christmas. He's a beauty.
Yeah. He's okay. Just about the only good thing I got left. Feeling good was easy, low, when he sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. La 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 la.
Those are good up there. Take those. Come on, move faster. Up there, those. Come on, get these over here. Back here.
Police officers, freeze!
Okay, all right.
Hey, all right, let's go. Put your hands on top of your head.
Nobody move a muscle.
Billy, Dick, hustle the other guys over.
On, get him in the center.
Come on,
Move,
let's go.
Move.
Hey, Max, move. Over here. On the table.
Get him over there, get him.
On the
Shake it down,
table.
Pete.
LaRue Collins.
Right. Waster.
It was just another word for nothing left to lose. nothing. Do you have a phone I could use?
No.
Oh, suppose somebody was trying to call me.
Who?
Somebody.
The people who come here, their wives are dead, their friends are dead. Who's gonna call them? Their rotten kids?
Let's get out of here, huh? By the way, if a lady comes here looking for me, would you tell her that I'll see her at her place later on, okay? And also tell her that I said please to have the money ready. Now, don't forget I said please.
You want to leave your name?
She knows my name. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Taxi!
LaRue? Hey, what happened?
Nothing.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I just tripped and fell, is all.
Looked to me like somebody took a shot at you, lady.
Why don't you mind your business, huh?
Well, then how come that wood smashed over there?
Look, you want to make some bucks, or you want to stand there beating your gums? Go on, get
It's your funeral, lady.
Hey, you! Hey, you! Police!
Listen, Alma, I don't think I'll be coming up right now, okay?
Why not?
Well, I gotta see somebody. I'll call you later.
Is it about those men who took a shot at you?
What man? Hey, you been dreaming again?
Well, you haven't had a bite of lunch. I was going to fix you a real nice tuna salad sandwich.
I'm really not hungry right now.
You're never hungry. Where do you get your energy?
I'm a living doll, didn't you know that? You just wind me up once and take away the key.
LaRue, listen, are you okay?
Fine, top of the world. Like it says in that song, I trade all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday. It's today and I'm top of the world. See you later, okay? Alma. Here. We'll have a late lunch, okay? You call and have them send up some delicatessen.
Okay.
Okay?
You know we are.
Girl, you all right?
About all I can tell you for a fact is that she was not Chinese. She was just some kind of a, well, just a blonde. She just complained.
Complain about what?
The tea, the service, everything. You want to know anything else?
No, not right now. Thank you very much. That's $9.75, lady.
Just keep the meter on and I'll be right back.
Now, I don't want any more of those silly jokes about Hooskow and Calaboose and all such foolishness. These men are your friends, just as much as the fireman or the street cleaner or the man who fed the lions at the zoo. Children, come over here when I walk.
Excuse me. I'd like to see Sergeant Anderson, please.
What's your name?
Just tell her that LaRue wants to see her on a personal matter.
She's not here right now. Oh, Bill. Sergeant Crowley will talk to you.
What time do you expect her back?
Well, now, if you've got a problem, Sergeant Crowley will handle it. Sergeant Anderson is out on a case. Can I help you?
No, it's a personal matter between me and Sergeant Anderson.
Oh, well, why don't you come with me? It's okay.
What I want my children to get out of this is that the policeman is not a symbol of punishment, not a boogeyman who will come and lock them up if they're naughty.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your name?
LaRue Collins.
I don't remember Sergeant Anderson ever talking to me about any LaRue Collins. Look, LaRue, have you got something for us, or you just come in here to warm your hands?
Well, what I'm trying to bring out is Sergeant Anderson and me, we usually had sort of an agreement. Like, how much is it worth?
Well, I tell you, it depends on what you got to sell.
Actually, I need about $250. You see, it's sort of a matter of life and death when you come right down to it.
Well, Sergeant Anderson never paid you any $250, unless she paid you out of her own pocket. Because, you see, I okay all the bills here. And I never okayed any $250 for LaRue Collins, ever.
Look, I know you guys got a lot of pull downtown. But even so, you still need to come up with results, right? Arrests, convictions? Well, who do you think has been feeding her all this time? Those apple stealers on the beat?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Well, how would you like to know, you remember that job at the Cloverdale Bank last winter? How'd you like to know who masterminded the whole thing? The entire operation. That's worth about $250, isn't it?
It could be.
Well, you pull in a guy by the name of Joe Carrick. You get him in here and you twist him a little bit, you see? And you'll hear an earful, all right. Can't stand pain. I know, I worked on him.
Joe Carrick. Joe Carrick has been in the Nevada pen for the last 3 months.
You just made that up.
If that's all you got for us, LaRue, I tell you, we're wasting each other's time. Hey, Pete, you want to show this lady downstairs? I tell you something. You're just lucky you didn't try to pull this on Sergeant Anderson.
Mr. Cobb, sir, you just killed a girl. Flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. You knew it's fading as my dreams. By the thunder diesel down, just for
Hey lady, you a crook or a cop?
a little bit of both, I guess.
Stop that. You stop that right away a little bit. You don't know when you will off. Thank you. Come on, children. Come on, let's all keep up together.
Mrs. Gutierrez? This is LaRue Collins.
Yeah?
Listen, have you seen anybody around the house? You know, somebody looking for me that might look a little suspicious?
Looking for you? No, LaRue. Not that I've seen.
Well, look, I've got to go away on business for a while, and I want to come and pack a couple of things, but you sure you haven't seen anybody? You know, maybe a cop or a tough guy?
Nobody I've seen.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Keys to her apartment.
Bill,
What?
why did you let her leave?
Let who leave? What are you talking about?
You should have realized if she came here, it was urgent.
What are you talking about?
LaRue Collins.
Tell you how urgent that was. Some crazy broad comes in here I've never seen in my life, asks me for $250 and tells me a cock-and-mamie story a 5-year-old wouldn't buy. That was some urgent.
Well, why didn't you contact me?
Hey, wait a minute. What are you so steamed up about? What's the matter with you?
Well, I was supposed to meet her. I've got the money right in my purse. It's my fault she came here.
Wait a minute, Pep. Was she your snitch on the fur bus last night?
Yeah.
The one you call Apple Annie?
Yes.
How the hell am I supposed to know that?
Well, I should have told you.
You're damn right you should have told me.
How did I know she was going to come here? I had a dentist appointment, and he said it would take less than an hour.
Yeah, and it took 2, right?
Oh, God, I don't know. All I know is she must really be in trouble, because you know as well as I do that no informer is ever going to let herself be seen walking into a police station unless she's desperate. So I'm sorry, Bill, but I better go find her before somebody else does.
Pep,
And don't you start lecturing me about getting personally involved, because sometimes I do, just like you. Listen, get your coat. We gotta get to the Achoy restaurant.
Right, what's up?
Joe,
Yeah.
what time was the shooting?
About 1:15, why?
The woman that was shot at. She didn't report it, did she?
Not to my knowledge,
LaRue Collins came in here about 1:30, all steamed up. Somebody's already started shooting at her.
Says who?
This happened just 15 minutes before LaRue came in here. Do you know anybody else who ducked 2 bullets and not reported?
Did you get a description of the woman who got in the cab?
Come on, at a shooting, you know, everybody wants to help, nobody wants to help, so therefore you end up with nothing.
Okay, Pep. Let's go find her. Let's give her another shot.
Well, let us put it this way. You have no idea why these 2 men were looking for her.
I told you. Now, believe me, officer, I was in no mood to ask them no stupid questions.
Can you give us a description of these 2 guys?
Doesn't this cat know that around here, if you want to ask questions like that, you don't do it out in the open? Tell you what they look like. They look like 2 guys. One of them was a little taller, one of them was a little fatter. First, I thought they were cops. Only the one of them, well, he was too well dressed. If I hear anything, I'll send you a postcard.
Why, LaRue. Come in.
Miss Fontaine?
How you doing?
What is it?
Well, I heard so much about your place, I thought I'd like to come up and see you.
Like?
Oh, yes, it's real grand.
I asked, what do you want?
My money.
Your money.
For all those Johns I've been sending over here. It was $10 a head, and there were 12 of them, you see right there. So that's $120 you owe me? Remember, that was our deal.
What are you perspiring about? Look at you. But you haven't even taken a shower this morning. You're probably crawling with bacteria.
You don't know nothing. You're just fishing. Well, there ain't nothing bothering my conscience.
Then why all this excitement?
Well, to tell you the plain truth, I have to go out of town for a little while. My mother called me long distance, and, well, she's getting kind of old now, and she wants me to come home. You see, it's my kid. He misses me.
Really?
I'd like to see him, too.
Well, now tell me, how do you plan to support him? I mean, I don't imagine there are very many massage parlors in Arkansas.
Oh, I got a trade in my hands.
In a manner of speaking.
Oh, no, I have a diploma from the Hollywood Hairstyling School. I graduated.
What about your other work?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have no other job. I ain't no hooker, if that's what you mean. You're trying to welch out a pay me, aren't you? You figure if you stall long enough, I'll be dead, and then you won't have to pay me my money.
Dead? Oh, really, LaRue, don't tell me you have enemies.
You know any other jokes?
Now, LaRue, you know if I had the cash in my hand, I'd give it to you, wouldn't I? Now, please get out of here. Call me later.
What time?
LaRue, will you please stop nagging me? Can't you see I'm trying to concentrate?
All right. Call you later. Miss Fontaine? You wouldn't blow the whistle on me, would you? I mean, I really am kind of up against the wall, you know what I mean?
I know that she's in trouble. Someone tried to kill her outside that restaurant, that Chinese place.
How do you know that?
I was with her.
Did you see who it was?
No.
Did LaRue have any idea who it might have been?
She pretended.
Pretended what?
That it didn't even happen.
When was the last time you saw her?
A little while after that,
Then?
she split. And she said to me, I will be back in a little while. Well, it's been several hours. Oh.
Here, you want some water?
Yes, thank you. So I thought that you must know something.
LaRue was here.
Oh, she's okay.
She split again.
Well, didn't you try to help her?
Well, I wasn't here. I didn't see her.
Well, for goodness sakes, what were you doing?
I was here. She didn't tell me when she came.
Well, someone's trying to kill her. That's why she would come here.
How long have you known her?
2 years. We were in detention together a couple months.
And you've been friends ever since?
Oh, yes. In our way.
What does that mean, in our way, Alma?
I mean, she's a friend of mine. She's probably my best friend. But I don't know too much about her. I mean, she talks to me, and she holds back at the same time. I don't know how else to explain it to you. I know she's into gambling. Kind of heavy gambling. That's her sickness, I guess. And she's got a mother somewhere and a kid.
A kid. Is she married?
Oh, no.
What about boyfriends? Has she got a boyfriend?
She talks about a few guys from time to time, you know. One was from back home, wherever that was, when she was very young, of course. And once in a while, there was a guy that she had known here. And she would start to talk about him. And then she'd stop. You know, as if she just didn't want to remember things.
What was his name?
Oh, I can't remember.
Listen, I'm going to pull that file, okay?
Okay, great. Okay, Alma, let's try to piece this together.
Okay.
Where is it?
It's me, LaRue. Bonnie, please.
Crap game don't start till 6 o'clock.
I'm not here for that. I'm not into that stuff anymore.
I'll bet.
Is your mother home?
My mother's working. She's working to support me in the style to which I'm stuck.
Making this for your brother?
Something to do. What do you want?
I hear you got a new girlfriend. I just wanted to tell you I hope she appreciates you. No, I've always been afraid to go on one of these things. Ever since I was a little kid. I've been missing you, Donnie. I want you to know that.
You lousy, lying tramp.
Donnie, please.
You lousy snitch.
Oh, come on, you're not gonna start that again, are you? I stopped coming to see you in the hospital because you was always starting up with that fantasy.
You fingered me to those cops.
I did not.
You fingered me.
How could I? I didn't even know you was into pushing junk. How could I? Why?
You mean that's just my fantasy?
Yes.
That they made a move on me and crippled me? Crippled me good, that's my fantasy.
Because you had a gun. And you shot at them and then you ran. Why did you run?
Because I wanted to come back. I wanted to come back to you. And grab you. Take you in my arms. Like the nice times. The nice times. And ask you, how much did they pay you?
Stop it.
Will you get out of here? What do you want?
I feel safe here.
Just get out of here. Leave me alone, will you?
Donnie, I'm in a little bit of trouble. And I need some bread.
You gotta be kidding.
I'm not. I need maybe just $200. A loan, Donnie. I'll get it back to you, I swear. Please. Please. Please, I gotta go home.
Even if I had the money, even if I had $200 in my pocket, do you know what I'd do? I'd take it out and I'd hold it up high. I'd hold it up right under your snitch nose. And then I would take this lighter and I would burn it. I would burn the money. Right under your damn snitch nose. I should have killed you. I should have killed you. And you're asking me for bread?
Donnie, they're gonna push me off the top of the Ferris wheel.
Tell them to push extra hard, will you, for me? Will you get out of here?
I don't know if this will be of much help, Sergeant Anderson.
Anything is liable to be of help at this point.
Well, once she asked me to go with her to the Pan Parlor, where they play cards, you know, Spanish rummy or something like that.
Did you go?
No. I don't like cards. They don't like me either. But LaRue went quite a bit. Yeah? When she needed money, you know, she made out pretty good, I think.
Thank you. I'll be right back. Pete, I want you to get out, check all the Pan Parlors in LaRue Collins neighborhood, okay?
There must be at least 2 dozen of them.
Well, then check 2 dozen. 3 if you have to. Please.
Okay.
Here's your mugshot.
LaRue's file. Okay. Alma, I'm gonna read some names to you, and I want you to tell me if they mean anything, okay?
What sort of names?
Just, guys, women, people, you know, we've arrested over the years.
Well, what does this have to do with LaRue?
You want to help her? Just tell us if any of the names register.
Okay.
Okay. Ray DeCamp. Anything?
No.
I want to make a collect call to Smackover, Arkansas.
Hello. Oh, yeah, operator, I'll accept the call.
Mama?
LaRue,
Yeah. How's everything?
what do you want?
Larry, he's all right, isn't he?
He's fine. Now, what do you want?
I want to come home. I want to be there for his birthday on Sunday, you know?
Oh, that's just fine. You only missed 4 of them.
Well, I want to come back. I want to be with him. I want to stay with him, take care of him.
Like last time.
I'm talking about this time, Mama. Look, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to send me $200 for the bus. You wire it to me, okay? I want to buy him some things.
Oh, I see. It's going to be that kind of homecoming, just like Christmas. Only we never did see you get off the bus. And you never did bring him anything.
Look, Mama.
Now, listen, I'm sorry, but I got some ladies here visiting. And besides, the boy will be home soon from school and want his snack.
All right, Mama. You tell Larry that I said that I'm coming straight home. Mr. Lincoln,
Yeah?
you got anybody looking for a game?
Question is, can you buy any chips?
How about a little loan, huh? Just $10 is all I need. I'm feeling really lucky today. I'm just busting with luck.
Forget it.
How about this?
It's gold.
Well, sure it's gold. I'm sure it's worth at least $20.
I'll give you 10.
Okay?
You're crazy.
She didn't try to come here and borrow some money?
No.
We're crazy. She wasn't here. Okay. She stopped by. I gave her $200 because she wanted it. She wanted to go home. Arkansas, you know, home. She's probably on the plane right now.
Here, what about this one? Erica Tarn, T-A-R-N. Anything? Does that sound like anything to you?
No. Donald Haas.
No.
Stephen.
Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Her boyfriend. Her old boyfriend, she used to call him Donnie. Yeah. And Haas, that sounds a little familiar to me.
It does, huh? Pep, what's the address you got on that?
780 Martinson.
I think I'll just pick up Joe and we'll check that out.
That is it. Another game? Hey, are you all right, dear? Look, it isn't the end of the world. $10.
She wanted money. I told her to get out.
And these two guys who came, do you know who they were?
No, I don't know. Two creeps.
You never saw him before?
No.
Do you know where LaRue is now?
I don't know. No.
Here, won't you?
No, just leave me alone.
Well, then let's get you to a doctor.
Get out of here.
Crowley's office. Where are you?
Everywhere. Nowhere. Baton Rouge, Kentucky. California sun.
LaRue, just tell me where you are right now, and I'll come and get you.
No, I just want to rest for a little while. Talk, son.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
Was I so wrong? Everything I'd done. Was I so rotten and wrong?
Helping us? Is that what you mean? Helping me?
Yeah.
Honey, it's the way we operate. We get half of our jobs done that way. No, you didn't do wrong. You did great.
Donnie. I ever talked to you about him?
No, you didn't.
I didn't mean for it to happen. I swear it, I didn't mean for him to wind up like he did. Alive, but dead, really. And now I'm gonna die.
Honey, you're not gonna die. Not if you tell me where you are and let me come and get you.
You don't care? You sit in a big fat office collecting fat cop pay. And I'm on the telephone bothering you.
You want to know something? I care. I care. You understand? I care about you and your right to live. Now, where are you?
I'm gonna need some bread.
I'll get it.
$200.
I'll bring it. I've got it.
I'm in a phone booth. 6th and soda.
I'll be there. 5 minutes.
So all I can wait is 5 minutes. Somebody's after me and they're gonna kill me. Oh my God, I'm so scared.
5 minutes.
I need it bad, and I need it now. My money.
I know. I got a call a little while ago. Well, I mean, I get lots of calls, but this one was about you. How a couple of cats are after you.
Miss Fontaine, if you don't give me my money, I'm going to kill you. I mean that. I got off the bus. There's that park there. I looked for her, and I found this. I'll use it on you. I'll bash it through your skull. I know you've got that money, and it's mine.
And what are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna get as far away from here as I can.
I loathe you. You know that, don't you? Everybody loathes you. You, your kind. You're filthier than the dirt that rock sat in. Do you know that? Or you just tell me that you know that. I want to hear that!
You? With what you do here? In this place? You want me to say that?
Yes!
Right? I'm filth. Now give me my money. Excuse me, I want to take to Little Rock.
Thank you.
I want to buy a toy.
For a boy or girl?
A boy. He's going to be 6. A very big, handsome 6. I like this one.
Would you like it gift wrapped? Sort of?
No, just put it in the bag. That'll be fine.
Okay. That'll be $4.12.
Have a nice trip now here.
I will.
Southwestern bus is now leaving from Gate 2 for Phoenix, Albuquerque, Amarillo, Oklahoma City, Little Rock, and Atlanta.
Miss! Somebody get a doctor.
Excuse me. Police officers, let me through. Fellas. Hey, LaRue. Hey, it's me, Pepper. You're gonna be all right. You know that.
Tell Larry I was coming home. My little boy. Tell.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell him you're gonna be there soon. Home and healthy and free.
freedom. Just another word. Better make it fast.
Yep, 2 guys. I get a description from the news lady. With this MO, they'll be in our file. She said she'll make positive identification.
I want to be there when you move in on him.
You will be.
Officers,
What's the matter?
she's dead.
Oh.
Let's go.
Stabbed 6 times, twice in the heart.
The neighbors, nobody saw anything.
I live here, remember? You and your wife live 2 doors down.
Well, as long as I'm here.
That could be the start of some new pattern. There's someone out there all wrapped up in hate.
Yes, for police women. In case you forget, that's what I am. I'm a cop. Okay, Jackie, drum roll. Whoa! You shouldn't have. Shouldn't have? That's exactly what she asked me to bring her. Okay. Now, Sarah, for when we were bunkies together, because you never had any cologne of your own.
I was always running out because you always kept ripping me off.
Ooh.
Noche de luna, night of the moon.
Well, don't wear it when any loonies around. Okay?
The way things have been going these days, I'll settle for one of those.
Hey, Liz, welcome back. How was your trip?
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, listen, for all of you police persons who haven't met Irene Boyer, this is Irene Boyer.
Hi, Irene.
She's new. Stolen property, lots of luck.
Oh, Pepper. Perfect timing.
Oh,
There.
thank you. Oh, Lay.
Hold it down in here. Sounds like a hen punch.
Hey!
Welcome back. Oh.
Hey, get out of here, man. This is our oasis.
Where do I get my enchilada? I didn't get one postcard from you.
William, the cruise was only for 7 days. Besides, you just moved and I lost my address book.
That's a likely story.
But I think this should appease you.
Mexican Johnny Beans, right?
No, it's not. Swiss.
Let me see.
It cost a lot of pesetas, so I want you to wear
Look
it.
at that.
Oh, Liz.
Wow.
Okay, it's only for very special occasions, okay? So don't wear it all the time. You don't want to
Are
hurt
you
it.
kidding? This is my everyday watch. Put that right on.
Oh!
This means we're engaged, right?
Only during office hours. Oh, how's Honey Bunch? Oh, you were such a sweetheart for taking care
I
of
tell
him.
you, I give you a little clue about Honey Bunch. He's not sleeping on my bed, and I'm curled up on the newspapers in the corner. It's a dumb name for a dog. I get it. If you don't think I feel silly going out in the back yelling, "Come on, Honey Bunch, here, Honey Bunch."
Crowley, the way I hear it, you gave Liz the dog and you named it.
Is that what you hear? Listen, you stick around and let them work. I take you over to Vinny's and buy you the biggest steak in the house. So let's stop over to my place and pick up Honey Bunch. It's a silly name for a dog.
Now does it make any sense?
Well,
Which means Not really, but it will later. Right?
Pepper, I'm not exactly a nosy type, but
Be nosy, you're a cop.
back in there, Liz Robeson and Sergeant Crowley, well, I was wondering, is there some sort of thing between them?
Yeah, they love each other. See, about, must be 12 years now. Crowley and Liz's brother were partners in Ad Narp. And they were working a case, closing in on a dealer. The dealer was armed, was about to take a shot at Bill when Robeson rushed him and he got the bullet instead. And it killed him. So now Liz is a cop and Crowley is like a big brother to her. That's the thing between them.
When'd you get back, Liz?
Oh, well, the ship docked about noon. So I went home and I took a nap, which I needed desperately. Then I just came right down here to see you guys.
Hope you had a nice time, did you?
Oh, excellent.
What are you thinking about?
Just wondering.
What are you wondering?
You're sure this is your treat?
Sure, why would you ask a dumb question like that? Listen, even though I said steak, I just gotta tell you, I hear that Vinny has a new sandwich. Tuna and pimento loaf. That's just, no, but have the steak.
If you
have
want
the steak. Have the steak. Sarah,
Oh,
did you get the message?
yeah, Bill, thanks. I'd love to join you, but I've got to show these to Hopkins.
You're not going with us?
No, I'm sorry. I've worked on 6 unfit mother cases today. 6, and I'm
Okay.
just too pooped.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
See you next time.
all right?
Okay,
Bye-bye. Pep?
Thank you.
My cabin mate was this lady named Ms. Nimrova.
Your cabin mate was named Ms. Nimrova?
Mm-hmm. When I first met her, I thought, my Lord, how am I going to live with all this smoke?
Lots of cigarettes, huh?
No. It's even worse.
No. Cigars?
No. She smoked a pipe, Pepper.
A pipe? She
You're
smoked in
kidding.
the cabin?
Sure it was Ms. Nimrova?
No doubt.
I mean, from what I hear, these cruises really swing.
He walked up to me and said to me, "What line of work are you in, Miss Robeson?" And I said, "I'm in Vice, sir."
And then he wasn't so bored anymore.
I was sitting at the captain's table next night. The champagne just flowed.
Bill, when can I get 7 days off to just take a dinghy to Catalina?
You gotta be dingy to ask a question like that.
Stabbed 6 times, twice in the heart.
The neighbors, nobody saw anything.
No,
No fingerprints.
nothing except the dead policewoman. And maybe this. Hoyt Wiley. You know the name.
Sure, Arizona City. Wanted for killing a couple of policewomen there a few months ago, right?
Wanted, never caught. It's the same MO. Bedroom, dark, gloves, 6 knife wounds, no sexual attack, no apparent motive.
Just insane.
Just insane. But maybe Wiley decided to come to the West Coast. He was reported in Portland and Spokane. Maybe he's down here now.
Captain, we won't in on this, all right?
Franklin and his men will continue on the Wiley end. That's the only possibility we have. I want you to talk to Liz Robeson. She and Rossi were roommates. Find out everything she knows.
She's waiting in my office right now, Captain. She wants in on this, too.
It was 6 weeks ago that she'd found this house, a rental. She said it was about time that we each had a place of our own. I think she just wanted to do something extravagant with her rave.
Is that when she moved?
Yeah.
Liz? How long did the two of you share your house?
2 years.
Liz, in that time, were there any men who she knew, dated, that might have been a problem? Something personal?
Sarah didn't go out.
Never?
With guys from the academy? When you're in juvenile, your job is your life. You deal with the kids and the parents, or you're always trying to solve some heavy situation.
Were any of those situations especially heavy recently?
Maybe one.
When was this?
About 6 months ago.
What was that, honey?
There was a drunk who had been accused of abusing his children, and he put 2 babies in the hospital. His wife was too scared to testify, and Sarah had finally convinced her to file for divorce.
Did the guy know that Sarah convinced her?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how he got her number, but he did. He started calling Sarah and saying that she had ruined his life. And threatening her.
Well, didn't she report it?
Well, I think she was going to, but then the call stopped.
Liz, do you know his name?
No. But I bet if I looked in her files, I'd find a name.
Come on, I'll help you.
Thank you. So once in a while, Sarah and I would, we'd have a beer and we'd stay up late at night and we'd talk. And one night after we'd seen this movie with a lot of really great-looking people in it, Sarah said, "I am plain. I was born plain. And if I could have one wish, I wish I could be pretty for one day. No, make that a one weekend." She didn't know how beautiful she was.
That'll be $2.25. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Hi, may I help
Colleen
you?
Hawkins. I'm Sergeant Crowley. This is Sergeant Anderson. The police department. I'd like to talk to you.
Whatever this is about, can we talk later? I'm real busy.
So are we.
Look, I'm very sorry about that girl. I heard about it on the radio, and I went to church, and I lit a candle for her. But I don't know anything about how she died.
Was murdered. You're married to Sam Hawkins, right?
Was.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to locate him.
Well, you're cops. That shouldn't be hard.
We haven't been able to find him.
Well, that's your problem. Look, I have customers, and my boss is giving me some cockeyed looks.
Why don't we let the boss handle that? I'm sure.
And blow my job, that's all I need.
Mrs. Hawkins, a 23-year-old policewoman named Sarah Rossi is dead.
I know that. And I said it. I'm sick about that. She was the best thing that ever happened to me. Talking me into getting rid of that bum. But I can't help you.
He put 2 of your children in the hospital, one with a concussion, one with 3 fractured ribs, right?
Colleen, where is he?
I don't know.
Have you seen him recently?
About 3 weeks ago.
You want to tell us where?
He came by the house one night to ask for some money, obviously for booze. I gave it to him and he left.
Do you know where he's living now?
Somewhere in Rosella, a rooming house or an apartment. I don't know.
Thank you.
Bill? Hey, Bill, you hear anything about Hoyt Wiley yet?
Yeah, so far he's been spotted twice. First time he turned out to be a local minister. Second time, he was an engineer who just flown in for a month in Japan. Here's Hawkins' mugshot. Let's get busy on him.
This guy Hawkins, we'll start checking the Rosella area, huh?
Yeah, concentrate especially on the bars.
All right.
Bill, let's visit Jim's grave.
Sure, honey. Yeah.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, honey.
Anything?
A couple of love letters from upstairs.
Yeah, I read the one about the policewomen protecting themselves, etc.
Yeah, well, that's the one with the et ceteras. Read the one with the damage.
To all division heads, we're being besieged by the public, the press, not to mention the commissioner. Nearly a week's gone by, damn it. And we haven't come up with a thing on the S. Rossi case. S. Rossi? By the end of the month, it's going to be Sarah who? The Hawkins suspect is obviously not in the Rosella area. 7 phone calls today alone, and the alleged local whereabouts of subject White Wiley have all turned out to be dead ends.
Excuse me, communications just heard from Pete and Joe. They got a tip on Hawkins. He's been spotted in a bar near the harbor.
Hallelujah.
Joe. Hawkins, come here. We just want to talk with you. Hold it. Please, hold.
That's right. Come on.
All right, off the car. Come on.
Come on. Come on down. Come on down. Come on.
All right, come on, put him in the car. Stretch him out.
What are you talking about, phoned her? I never phoned her.
You sure about that, Hawkins? Huh? You sure you didn't phone up Sarah Rossi and threaten her? Absolutely positive, huh?
Please listen. I told you.
Suppose we tell you. Suppose we tell you that there was another policewoman listening in on the extension to your conversation, and she can identify your voice.
Okay. But I never threatened her.
Oh, come on, Hawkins. That's just not the way we heard it.
I just said to her that they were my kids, my family. And she should have minded her own damn business. I didn't like her. I even hated her, okay?
Did you hate her enough to kill her?
I didn't kill her. I didn't even threaten her.
Why'd you try to run? 2 police officers called out to you. You took them for quite a ride.
I didn't know they were the heat. I thought, well, I owe some money. I thought they were trying to collect.
Where were you last Friday night, Hawkins?
It's 1,000 years ago.
Well, think back 1,000 years. Where were you?
I must have been with a friend. A girl I knew.
What was her name?
Rose.
Rose who?
Brearley. B-R-E-A-R-L-Y.
Who is she?
She ain't no nun.
Rose? I got 2 of them lived here. Real flowers, both of them.
Rose Brearley.
Yeah, she's the one who moved out.
When?
3 days ago.
Do you know where?
Where? Lady, her rent was paid up. I couldn't care less where.
Tell me something. Was she here last Friday night?
I guess so.
With somebody?
Well, let's put it this way. If she wasn't upstairs with one of her tricks, I'm Princess Grace.
Do you happen to know with whom?
No, I don't. Look, I rent out rooms with kitchenettes. I try to keep the halls clean. I wash off any filthy language from the walls as soon as I see it. That garden out there, that tacky garden, I try to keep it from looking double tacky. All of which puts me into bed at about 10 o'clock, and which means that I couldn't keep up with the traffic around here if I wanted to.
You behave yourself.
Bill, any luck?
Oh.
No. What's with Hawkins?
Well, they let him go.
Oh, no.
The polygraph proved inconclusive. And the public defender, Chopper, he came stomping in.
Yeah, you said it all, Pete. Chopper. Hoyt Wiley, has he been seen again?
Not in the last half hour.
Anything from Liz?
Nothing yet.
Shove up. I'm waiting for someone.
You want to see me?
Hello, Francine.
I've been out of town a couple days. My sister's real sick.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Plane fare cost me plenty.
How much?
$300.
That's awful high, Francine.
You paid it before.
Rose Brearley. Do you know her?
Oh, she's, an acquaintance.
Yeah. We're looking for her hard.
How hard, Liz?
$300.
Oh, there was an extra 50 for the cab fare, so tips, you know.
Do you know where she is?
How about it?
$350. You'll have it tomorrow.
She, went back to her pimp. Dude named Ossie Dalton, you know him?
No. Where's his place?
Chelsea Street. The apartment house on the corner. Okay?
Thank you. Give my best to your sister.
She's feeling better already.
Yeah?
You Rose Burley? I mean, he said you were something, but he didn't prepare me for all this.
Who said that?
Ossie. Ossie Dalton? Oh, maybe I'm in the wrong place.
No, you're in the right place, Handsome. Come on in.
Listen, on second thought, Rose, why don't you just come along with me? Let's slip into a fishnet, honey. Let's move it.
Hey, Liz, your Ho Chi Minh's getting cold. Not to mention your butterfly shrimp.
I'm not hungry. It's been such a week.
Yeah, isn't it?
I'm glad it's over, but I'm not hungry.
Not hungry? Well, then maybe you don't mind if we help you out a bit, do you?
No.
Did the Burley girl roll over on Hawkins?
No, because she was with Hawkins.
What?
That's right. They spent the evening together. She said he drank too much, conked out, hit the sack. Then two of her girlfriends came over and they played cards the rest of the night. He was there in plain sight.
We checked them both out separately. It's true.
And that leaves us with Hoyt Wiley as our only suspect.
Hoyt Wiley. We just got word they picked him up an hour ago and they're flying him back to Arizona City. He's been holed up in Ohio for 2 months.
Just isn't our day, is it?
Honey Bunch. Over here, Honey Bunch. Let's eat. Come on. Poor baby's getting so old she can hardly see.
Yeah, but she can still eat. Look at her go.
I tell you something, she wouldn't do that for me. I'd hand feed her.
Okay, well, let's see what we have for us.
Are you inviting us to dinner?
Hey, according to my watch, I'd say it's about time we went out and had a bite to eat someplace. What do you say to Mazzarino's, little veal picante?
Well, I've got to walk Honey Bunch later, and I think it's going to be raining. Bill, I'm really frustrated. I couldn't smile at a waiter to save my life.
Could you smile at me?
Oh, you too.
Let me see what I have here.
Why don't I make the salad? Tell her what a good salad
She
I make.
makes a great salad.
I bet.
You got any cucumbers? She's great with cucumbers.
Yes, and carrots.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
give me the carrots.
Bear? Tell you what, right after dinner, why don't we take Honey Bunch for a walk? And we'll pack you off with peppers for the night, okay?
What?
Yeah, we talked about it, and I think Bill's right. Wiley's locked up, Hawkins is out of the picture, and Sarah's murder, well, that could be the start of some new pattern. There's someone out there all wrapped up in hate.
Yes, for police women. In case you forget, that's what I am. I'm a cop. I have a gun, I know how to use it, and this place has more locks than San Quentin.
Yeah, well, I'd like it if you'd spend the night at Pep's.
I've got sole, crab au gratin, lasagna, lasagna.
Listen, do you have any lasagna?
I'll look.
is me?
Jeremy.
Mr. Jenkins.
Jeremy Jenkins, at your service, Sergeant. What are you doing here?
I live here, remember? You and your wife live 2 doors down.
Well, as long as I'm here.
It's late, Mr. Jenkins.
Dr. Mike Besser. Dr. Mike Besser. Nurses Station.
Sergeant Crowley.
Dr. Crowley. I'm Dr. Lieberman.
Is she still alive?
Yeah? Thanks to the neighbor who found her and called us.
She's gonna make it.
Well, we're trying. Can't be sure about that. She's in intensive care.
I want to see her.
Sergeant, only family is allowed in there.
It's okay, I'm her family.
We'll stay only a few minutes.
Dr. Robert Crowell. Please report to 6th floor nurse station.
Joe?
Yeah, Pep, we just talked to a neighbor named Volpe. Lives next door to Liz.
What's he got?
Well, he said something about the storm kept him awake last night. He thought he heard shots. So he went to the window, saw a male Caucasian run to a car, get in it, and drive off. Late model Pinto, dark color. But he was able to get the first 3 numbers of the license, 746.
746. You checked with DMV?
They traced it to a rental company, name of Big Val. But you know, they have 7 outlets. So we rounded up the general manager. He says he thinks it's his place in Brandon.
Oh. I think this may be what you're looking for, Sergeant. It's our only 746.
Is the car here?
No. The client returned it about an hour ago. Then his father and his son came in. They were going to Tahoe or something, and they just rented it and drove it off. They didn't even.
You mean the car's not here?
No.
This is Frank Navarre. Is he the one that turned it in?
Yes, and out of towner from New Orleans. Their license
Yeah,
plate.
he rented it, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Had he ever been in before?
Yes. A week ago yesterday. A different car, same customer.
What did he look like?
Look like? Oh, he was very ordinary looking, in his 30s, 34, 33, maybe a little bit younger.
Tall or short? What?
Medium. I'd have to say medium. Maybe a little taller than medium.
Pep, look at this. Navarre. Today he signed it with 1 hour, last week with 2.
Oh, let's move on that.
Miss, you want to go down to headquarters with us, please?
Oh, look, if this is just about a stolen license or something, I can't...
It's more than just a stolen license, believe me.
Well, but I'm alone here.
I understand. You want to call your boss and tell him you're closing up for a while? Just tell him 2 cops want you to go down and look at some pictures, okay? Thanks very much.
using any of these men.
Okay, let's try this one. Please, just take your time. Just keep looking, all right? Yeah.
I got that New Orleans number. Talked to an old woman. She could hardly speak English, and you know my French. All I could gather was that this Navarre was at work and wouldn't be home till tonight.
Nothing yet, huh?
No. Sergeant Crowley's office. Yes? Yes. I see.
Dr. Mansfield. Dr. Mansfield. Report to X-ray.
I'm sorry, we did everything we could. She died just a few minutes ago.
Dr. Eman, report to the resident doctor.
Landlady said her husband took the dog to the park. They won't be gone long. You want to drive over?
No, why don't we just wait?
This was left with the landlady for Liz and the ship's photographer. Dear Liz, we pulled in yesterday after another mad, gay 7 days. Sorry you weren't home, but I thought I'd drop these off rather than mail them. You know that service, Jim. P.S. I'll try to phone you for a quick hello before we sail again tonight. Do you want to see him?
She really had a nice time, didn't she?
Looks that way. Bill, I know hunches are just that, hunches.
I'm sorry, Pat. What'd you say?
I have a hunch. Frank Navarre, that stolen driver's license. Suppose, I mean, just maybe, it was stolen from him aboard a ship. He might have been a passenger on the same ship as Liz. We could check that out. And do you remember the day Liz got back last week? She told you she had lost her address book. I thought she was just putting you on, but what if she didn't lose it? You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, go ahead.
What if, let's say, what if somebody lifted it from her purse or it was taken from her cabin? I mean, it was filled with addresses, like Sarah's. Sarah Rossi was murdered exactly 1 week ago, the night the ship got in. What I'm trying to get at is, what if the killer worked on the ship and murdered Sarah, using the same MO as Wiley to throw us off. I mean, Wiley's case was written up in the papers for weeks, for months.
But he was really after Liz. Is that what you mean?
Possible.
Tupper, what's the name of that steamship line?
Shelley. L-L-E-Y.
Remember the name of that funny lady she said was her cabin mate? The one who smoked the pipe? You remember her name? Mrs. Nimmerover, if our theory's right, could you tell us if there might have been somebody on board ship, maybe even a crewman?
Who wanted to kill her? Oh, no, he'd have to be demented, a totally deranged mind. No, they were all so fond of her. And aside from her being so pretty, she was just herself. Elizabeth. Oh. Oh, no, I couldn't.
What is that, Mrs. Nimmerover?
No, it would be an accusation that I couldn't be certain of, so it would be unjust, wrong. My conscience, I wouldn't.
Would you, please?
Well, Elizabeth and I, we ate together at the same table with another couple, the Mazes from San Diego. Oh, sweet people. And they assigned us a waiter, a young man by the name of Albert. Al. And he was obviously very attracted to Elizabeth. And how did... Oh, he wanted to... How do they say it these days? Wanted to come on with her? Pleasantly, but persistently. Of course, at first it maybe flattered her. But then it began to bother her. And she began to talk to me about him. And about how... she'd be dancing with someone, and he'd be there off in the corner of a lounge just watching her. And I told her, I said, Elizabeth, dear, now, you shouldn't let that bother you. He's just lonely and a little lovesick. But now, this is the picture that I took at the captain's gala. Oh, now there's Elizabeth, and here are the Mazes, and there's he, the waiter, Al.
Joe, check that out.
Hey, Pete.
Yeah. Albert Mead, this is it.
It's Liz's address book. Say this man's not yet on board?
No, Sergeant, but the crew's due back within the hour.
Let's get those black and whites off the dock.
The rest of the men report. Two guys down there. Pete. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah, William.
Let's get all these uniformed officers out of sight. We don't want this guy making us first.
Right. Let's go.
That's him.
Ain't worth it, man.
I'm gonna have a brandy. You want one?
Yeah, I guess so.
Here you go.
Thanks.
It was good seeing all those people, huh? A lot of people loved her. Bill, Liz used to ask your advice on a lot of things. She asked you if you thought she'd make a good cop, and you told her yes. And that was the right answer because that's what she wanted. I hope you know you did the right thing. Do you know you did?
Hey, honey bunch. Dumb name for a dog.
Can you tell us about the people he worked with?
Dad called him the mongoose.
The mongoose?
And you gotta know that he's working with somebody right inside your own department.
Conspiracy to commit gambling.
I got a 14-year-old kid out there looking for his father's killer.
Jack, you gotta slow down.
Pepper.
Hey, Lee.
Bill.
See, been a little while, huh?
It's good of you to come.
See.
You come without asking what it is I want. You are good friends. Chin? Yet go Chashumen.
You know, Lee, I think Crowley would use any excuse to come in here for your pork fried noodles.
That's what I ordered.
Oh, I think he's part Chinese.
Lee, you got a problem, right?
I need some help. My grandson. He's 17. Been gone 3 months now.
3 months? Well, why did you wait till now to call us?
Because it's a family problem. But after 3 long months, I call you now. His mother, she's very sick, and I'm worried.
You've not heard a word from him for 3 months, right?
No.
What's his name, Lee?
Harriam Kwan. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's to be expected.
Gambler?
It'll be all right. You know, my people, they gamble in the back. And the police, they do their job.
It's perfect at 10. We're on the way to the station with 14 suspects. All right, let's move out.
Hey, listen, I sure hope you don't do anything to the cooks back there, because I got an order of pork fried noodles working.
Crowley, how are you?
Good, how are you?
How's it going, Wagner?
Hey, Pepper. Well, what is the first team doing in these back alleys? Surely it can't be the fine cuisine in this dump.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, it must be pretty slow down there, huh? You guys got nothing to do except hassle old men?
Oh, now, wait a minute. This is a commercial operation. Advice gets a lot of heat if we don't take these games. Besides, it's not that easy. So what are you doing here?
Mr. Kwan's grandson is missing. He was just telling us about it.
Well, he'll turn up. Probably running with one of the gangs. These people have really gotten out of hand. No offense.
They're all loaded up now. What about this guy?
Yeah, book him. Like I said, it's not that easy. See, that guy, he's a lookout. Anybody suspicious comes in here, he pushes a button behind that counter, and bingo, the game is over.
And by the time you get in the back, it's chess and checkers and chopsticks, huh?
Right.
Councilman? All right. Everyone well?
Yeah. All right, hold it up a minute. Mr. McCormick here would like to say a few words. Councilman.
Thank you. Now, you all know how I feel about organized gambling in this city. Not only is it illegal, but it also breeds other forms of crime.
Politician.
Prostitution, corruption. And then again, you all know this. So let me just say that I stopped by to say, keep up the good work. The very good work. Thank you. Your lieutenant explained to me about how you took the lookout. I'd call that good old police technique, Sarge.
McCormick, why don't you can all that crud you dished out in there and save it till next year when you run for re-election?
Did you have any problems? Fine.
You sure you got him?
The tickets? I got them. Now, hot dog, about our bet. I'll tell you what. I'll give you the Rams at 3.
I got the Rams, but with 7.
7? The spread is 3. What are you trying to do, hustle me? All right, you bandit. You got 7. Now let's get going before we miss the kickoff.
Dad? Thanks.
Why? I still got a good bet with 7.
I mean, thanks for giving up your golf today. I know about the tournament. Mr. Bain called while you were in the shower.
Well, I'll tell you something, bandit. Something dumb. But I'd rather spend Sunday with you than play golf in the Masters. Now let's get... Wait a minute, where's the radio? Go get the radio. Man.
All the excitement of the big game. An afternoon that was made to order and a huge sellout crowd. You know, fans, both teams come in today with winning streaks, and the survivor will take that giant stride toward the
Hey, Paul. Glad communication got a hold of you two. Some mess, huh?
Anybody in that thing?
Curtis Forrester.
The reporter?
Right.
You got any suspects?
We just got started. That's his kid over there. He was standing near the house when it happened.
Your kid saw it happen?
Yeah. I need someone to question him and then transport him over to Barton Hall.
Barton Hall? Paul, are you crazy? You can't let a kid go through an experience like this and then dump him at Barton Hall. What are you thinking about?
That's terrible.
What about his family? Has he got any relatives?
That's the problem. There is no one. His mother died 2 years ago. We've already contacted probation. He's got to go to Barton Hall until they can line up a foster place, home.
So meanwhile, we just question the kid, then dump him at the hall, is that it?
Paul, can't you just turn him over to juvenile?
Pepper, what I need is a woman's touch. You're the only female investigator that's not tied up today. Juvenile's got no one available. I'd like to help the kid, Pep, but his old man was a reporter. He might have been onto something big. You're it, and that's all there is to it.
All right. We'll question him, but we're not going to dump him off at that place like a piece of baggage. Want to talk?
This is it?
Yes, it is.
Bill, where are we going?
Not here.
Probation know he's here. I mean, the boy's been through hell. It could be weeks before he's able to open up to anybody. You know, it's just gonna take a while for him to face what's happened.
You should take this in and talk to him.
The department is gonna come down in the middle of your back for hiding him here, and you forget it's not our case. It's homicides. How quickly you forget.
Go in and talk to him. Here.
Do you like some hot chocolate? Jeff, we need your help to find out whoever is responsible for your father's death. We know how terrible you feel and how much he meant to you, but we need your help. Jeff?
Yeah, I found some marshmallows.
Oh.
Want one?
Yeah, I like to watch him melt.
What about you, Jeff? Jeff, we think your dad was mixed up in something pretty big. You have any idea what it could have been? I mean, I really want to catch the guy that did that to your dad. And I promise you something, I will. But I can't do it by myself. We need your help, Jeff. Will you help us?
I'll help you. I want to help you.
Son, do you know what your dad was working on? What kind of a story?
No. He didn't talk about it much. He used to talk with Mom, but...
It's okay, Jim. It's okay. Can you tell us about the people he worked with?
You mean on his own?
Yeah.
He had an informant. He used to talk with him on the telephone. They used to meet all the time.
Do you know his name, where he lived, anything like that?
No. Dad called him the Mongoose.
The Mongoose?
He asleep?
Yeah.
Nice kid.
He's a good kid, isn't he?
Did you ever turn the heat on in this place?
You cold?
Yeah, I'm always cold.
I get you some hot coffee.
You know something?
What?
I saw a side of you I never noticed before tonight.
Oh, like what? Like I make cold coffee?
No, that you'd make a good father.
Yeah?
Yeah. Jeff got a lot of strength from you.
Do you know what time it is?
Hmm.
I can't make it. I want to go to bed.
I haven't finished this.
Well, I want to give you the keys to the car. Pick us up in the morning, okay?
You got an extra bathrobe? I love to sleep in men's bathrobes. Yes?
I'm from the probation department. Sergeant Crowley?
No, Sergeant Pepper Anderson.
I'm Mary Snyder, juvenile probation officer. I've come for the boy. You realize you were supposed to transport him to Barton Hall last night. The boy is here.
Yes, he is here. I made some coffee. Why don't
You don't have to explain your behavior to me, Sergeant. This is a juvenile court order for the return of Jeffrey Forrester.
Hey, Pep, how about...
Bill, this is Mary...
Snyder. I'm with probation. I've explained to your friend why I'm here.
The boy's asleep.
Would you please wake him?
We've just begun to get through to him about his father. If you would try to understand.
I'm afraid I do. You see, I have to make a complete report about all this. My only concern is the well-being of the child.
This Miss Snyder and there, Jeff's going to try to find you a really good temporary home. But things are going to work out, okay? Let me tell you something. I give you my word. We're going to catch him.
Sergeant Crowley, I just want you to know that my dad was a good reporter because he could relate to people. He could put himself in their shoes, take on their problems. My mom told me that once. She was right. I just wanted to thank you and Sergeant Anderson, for being like him and being with me last night.
Where is Jeff? I called everywhere.
He's with the probation department. They're trying to find him a suitable home.
A suitable home?
That's right, sir.
Mrs. Longley, find out who the chief probation officer is and get him on the line. I thought a Lieutenant Salvino of homicide was assigned this case.
That's right. He is. We're assisting him. Mr. Bain, could you tell us what Forrester was working on? What stories?
He was working on several assignments.
Like what?
Consumer fraud, a profile on bank robbers.
Yeah? What else?
Corruption in city government.
Involving who?
I don't know. Kurt was the best guy here, and you people know it. And when he was on standard assignments, he touched base with me. But when he was into something big, he'd go full bore and alone till he had his facts.
Which of these would you consider routine?
Consumer fraud.
Who's a mongoose?
What?
Jeff mentioned that his father was working with somebody called the Mongoose. Who is that, Mr. Bain?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Now, if you do, this is hardly the time to remind us of freedom of the press.
Sergeant Anderson, Kurt was more than just an employee here. He was a close personal friend. And this paper would go to any extreme to find his killer.
Then why did you look away when we mentioned the Mongoose?
Well, this Mongoose, as Kurt chose to call him, was just a faceless name to me, to all of us here. We don't know who he is.
Then how did they communicate?
Well, this Mongoose would call and set up appointments. That much I do know.
Mongoose always phoned Forrester?
Right. And then they'd obviously meet and, Oh, yes, put him on. Mr. Olin? Yes, I'm calling about Jeff Forrester. When? Keep me posted. If there's anything this paper can do, call me. Jeff's run away.
Crowley, what in the hell are you up to?
Oh, I'm just screwing around here, Captain, tightening up the pencil sharpener.
Don't get cute with me. That boy, you took him to your apartment, didn't you? Said to Barton Hall, you and your partner.
Which partner? I'm kind of heavy on partners.
I said, don't get cute.
Yeah, well, Captain, let me tell you something. Now, what I do in my off-duty hours is my business. You got no right to even question about my personal life.
When you violate the rules and subject the department to outside criticism and interfere with an important investigation, I've got every right. Now, Crowley, I'm telling you, you take those files back to homicide, give them to Salvino, and you get out of this. And stay out of Chinatown. You could have lost up that raid, too.
Now, what do you guys have? Would you steal his holster or something?
Hey, what's the matter?
Bet I know what that was all about. Guess I should have gone home.
I thought it was legal between consenting adults.
Me too.
What's the matter? You guys got nothing to do? Joe, take this file down to Salvino. No, both of you. Get over to Juvenile and see if you can help him locate that kid.
Park say we were in on this?
Nope.
I need some help, Mr. Bain.
Jeff, where are you?
My dad worked with someone called the Mongoose. I want to meet him. I need his telephone number so that I can...
Jeff, listen. The police will find him. You stay right where you are, and I'll send someone to pick you up. Now give me your location.
I can't, Mr. Bain. Now, will you give me the number, please?
I don't have it, Jeff. Now, where are you?
Well, I'm not in any home, I'll tell you that.
All right, Morris, how about it?
Look, Bill, like I told you before, you don't give me the court order, I cannot give you the tolls. Now, I'm sorry, but that's company
Morris,
policy.
like I told you before, Pepper is with the judge right now. She'll be here any minute.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, hell, I got a 14-year-old kid out there looking for his father's killer. I want Forrester's tolls, Morris, and I want them now.
Bill, please, sit down, relax, huh?
You talk about your red tape. What'd you do, stop for lunch?
No, but the judge did.
All right, let's go, Morris. Read it later, will you?
Listen, if you want all the subscriber information here, it's going to take a while.
We'll wait.
This is the week of 6.
He's got to be one of these 6 phone numbers.
We'll try him. First, I want to check that house, in case Jeff might be there.
You know, you're sticking your neck way out in this one. Why? Homicidal. Look at that. That's Forrester's house. 12Y50, requesting fire units to 1338 Sunshine Terrace.
There's a van pulling out. Let's get it.
12Y50, requesting a clear frequency. We're in pursuit of a possible arson suspect from 1338 Sunshine Terrace. You got that?
Roger.
Take it a little easy, huh, Bill? 12Y50, suspect's vehicle is a 68 Ford van, light blue, license number, can you see it, Bill?
143.
License number 143.
Peter Charlie Edward.
Peter Charlie Edward. You're wild, Bill, today. Come on, take it easy. You gotta slow down. You gotta slow down. Somebody will let the other ones catch him.
Lose him.
Y50 requesting a traffic unit. We had a little accident. Crowley was driving, of course. We're at the end of Sunshine Terrace in a ravine. Would you believe it? Suspect last seen heading westbound on Trent. You gotta change your driving habits.
Get out of the car.
Well, Michael said it was definitely arson.
Yeah.
Quote, we could have parked a rig right on top of this place and it still would have burned to the ground. End of quote.
Who'd the van finally come back to?
Joe's running it now.
Bill.
What?
Hey, you turkeys. I thought you ordered off this case.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah,
Listen,
we were
why don't you
close
tell
by,
your
so
boss-
I asked Bill to swing by and check, okay?
Well, okay. But the old man's on his way, and I'd clear out if I were you.
Hey, Bill. That van was stolen out of Las Vegas. Radio car just located it 6 blocks west of here.
What about the driver?
No luck, but they recovered 2 empty gas cans.
They called Prince?
They're en route.
What else can happen to this kid? Yeah, okay. That's fine.
We got the toll calls.
Good, that was Bain. Jeff called.
Where is he?
He doesn't know. The kid's out there looking for the mongoose. So let's start making his calls.
I'd like to speak to the mongoose, please. Right, the mongoose. No, I'm not kidding. Yeah, well, you do the same, pal.
Yeah.
Mongoose?
What is this?
Police officer, I want to talk to you.
Man, you gotta be crazy. I can't meet you. I'm being watched.
Okay, then I'll come meet you.
You know where I live?
Look, buddy, I told you I'm a cop. I've already run your number. Sure, I know where you live.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, but not here, you know, a synagogue at 8th and Oxwood. Tonight, 7 o'clock. You're gonna be alone.
You, Jerome?
How did you know? What? The telephone company, huh? It's all right. That ain't my real name anyway. Forrester picked that one out. The real Jerome Stallings, was killed. Traffic accident.
And you're who?
Mongoose. That's enough, Mongoose.
What was Forrester into?
Man, for all I know, man, you got to be a part of the whole thing.
Part of what whole thing?
Corruption. That's what Forrester called it. That's all I know.
Look, pal, now you get to the bottom line, or we're gonna go down to the station, print you, and then we'll find out just who you really are. You get my message?
Right. John McCormick, your esteemed councilman, he's in debt. He's a big loser. Some local bookies, some that ain't so local.
And what?
And he's getting paid off. A big gambling syndicate to keep the heat off of Chinatown. It's a Chinese syndicate. And you gotta know that he's working with somebody right inside your own department.
Where's the boy?
I don't know. I never met him. Why?
He's run away. You think he could be in any danger?
Not unless he's got his father's file.
What would be in the files?
Well, I was able to get a hold of the Councilman McCormick's markers. Now, just by themselves, that wouldn't look too pretty in front of a grand jury, right?
There he is.
You want to tell him first about his grandson?
Yeah.
You have news of my grandson.
Lee, we have some bad news for you. Your grandson's dead, Lee.
He was found in San Francisco, a drug overdose.
It is as I feared. I have relatives there that can bring him home.
Is there anything we can do?
No. I have already caused you both much trouble. I will tell his mother. It is a family matter.
Lee, there's another young boy who's in trouble. His father was murdered, and I'm afraid that some of your people are involved. We need your help, Lee.
What can I do?
Good evening. How's the Shui Mai tonight?
Please, come with me.
You're all under arrest. Everybody freeze. Get your hands above the table. Steve, come in and tell him, will you?
Mọi người, ngồi như này này, nè, ai gặp anh Joe xong lại đổ bốc.
Larry, cover that door, will you? They're gonna get their names. Everybody's name.
Anything's gonna happen?
Something better happen soon. I'd sure hate to have to explain this raid to Parks.
I hate to have to explain anything to that hardhead.
Come out.
Looks like somebody's making a move.
You're in charge of this?
That's right.
Let's go outside. You've made a grave mistake.
Oh, yeah? How do you figure that?
This is not the night we agreed for a raid.
Uh-huh. Well, I tell you, I'm taking all these people in, and that includes the money.
You people must be new to Vice. Why don't we talk? My name is Fong. Being new, you should not get what the others get. Yet.
Well, what do you think we should get?
$500 a week for all.
500?
For everybody? Does that sound fair to you? Why don't you show Mr. Fong what you got in your purse?
Mr. Fong, we'd like your help with a little matter we're investigating.
Yes, I will do it.
Okay, thank you.
How can I help you?
I'd like to see either Sergeant Anderson or Sergeant Crowley.
I'm sorry, they're both out. Can I help you?
Can I have a pencil?
Will a pen do?
Sure.
Front desk, Officer Boyer speaking. I'll have you transferred to burglary or theft. Thank you.
Could you please give this to Sergeant Crowley? It's very important.
Okay, let's go. I got places to go and people to see.
You should learn to better schedule your time. Or when we hurry, we are more prone to mistakes.
You're a regular fortune cookie, you know that? Well, hey, you guys. For a minute, I thought you were a couple of 211 artists. What are you doing here?
We were about to ask you the same thing.
Meeting a snitch.
What's in the sack, Jack?
Leechy nuts. A friend I know likes them, and
What a whip.
You like lychee nuts?
You know, that was real stupid of you.
I bet you had more smarts than this, wasn't it? Okay, you got it. You're under arrest.
Crowley, I have read every manual there is on interrogation. You're wasting your time. Book me.
What's criminal conspiracy doing on this anyway? I mean, where's internal affairs, huh?
Oh, I get it. Conspiracy to commit gambling. Well, that's worth about a $50 fine.
What about conspiracy to commit murder?
You're crazy. You know what a guy gets when we bust him for gambling? A $10 fine. The law is a joke. Nobody cares. So when I got offered $100 a week to do the same thing I've been doing for 5 years, well, why not? But get off this thing about murder.
Did you know Curtis Forrester?
Sure, a hell of a nice guy.
Well, we think your politician friend may have killed him. Or had him killed.
McCormick, come on.
He was about to expose him, Wagner. And your involvement in Chinese gambling interests.
Crazy.
You believe this?
You recognize that?
Sure, it's McCormick's phone number, so.
These are Forrester's tolls. He phoned McCormick 3 days before he was killed.
Obviously to confront him with the story.
My name is Jeff Forrester. My dad was Curtis Forrester. Yes, he had your name and number in an appointment book of his. Could we meet someplace? I have to talk to you. Yes, sir? Okay. Thank you.
Crowley, I won't bore you with specifics. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Pepper, bring in those tapes, will you?
Being new, you should not get what the others get. $500 a week, or all.
500?
I'm sorry, Chief. We just don't know who was involved.
Bill?
Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but Mr. Mossman here. I mean, what is the Attorney General's interest in this case?
Forrester went to them, for obvious reasons. I've been studying your techniques, Sergeant. Do you conduct all your investigations in this fashion?
In what fashion?
Unilaterally?
I think the important thing right now is to get the job done. And we got two immediate problems. Find Jeff Forrester and bust McCormick. Yeah, Joe, what do you want?
Excuse me. Forrester boy left it at the desk for you.
Sergeant Crowley, I have most of my dad's files. I'm going to meet with someone who may help. I'll keep in touch. Sorry I missed you, Jeff. Joe, you and Pete get a team together. Check every hotel in the downtown area.
What kept you?
Fong was late. Taking care of it. There won't be any more.
What's that supposed to mean, Wagner?
Well, it's simple. We had an agreement. I take care of the games. You keep everything in line. Well, Councilman, you went too far. It seems you're involved in a murder. Curtis Forrester?
You've been smoking some of that weed that you boys confiscate.
I know he talked to you. I've seen his tolls. And I know he was about to give us some big headlines.
Mr. McCormick?
Mm-hmm.
I have a warrant to search your residence.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, now let's see what the lie detector says about Councilman McCormick. Hey, Rob. So, what do you think?
Our councilman is being very cooperative. Oh, I avoided any area that could jeopardize your gambling conspiracy.
Notice that. Thanks.
What about Forrester's murder?
Oh, he's clean, Pepper. They never met. Forrester did phone to set up an appointment. McCormick thought it was about a story on his good record in fighting crime.
But McCormick and Forrester never met.
That's right.
Okay, thanks, Rob.
Yeah, thanks.
Listen, call Bain's office. See if you can come up with any more background on Forrester's assignments.
What about robbery, homicide? You want me to call them?
Pepper, just call Bain's office, okay?
Okay, Forrester was here on the 19th.
Mr. Hawley, what was his primary interest with the Bureau?
He was writing an article on the futility of robbing banks. You know, because of the security, cameras, everything. We solved about 9 out of 10, which is pretty bad odds for a crook. And he also looked through the outstanding suspect files. That's suspects that are photographed during actual robberies have been identified, but haven't been arrested yet.
Do you have that file in this office?
Oh, yes, we do.
Could I see it?
Oh, certainly. Most of them have been reduced to wanted posters.
Forrester looked through this hobo?
Yes, he did. Several of them interested him.
Oh?
Well, one in particular because he took it with him. Let's see.
Looks like we got our work cut out for us.
Yeah, he took a copy of that with him.
Looks like...
We're gonna move on it.
Bill, the manager thinks the boy is staying here. Room 109, paid for 3 nights in advance.
Where's Pete?
Upstairs checking. Anything about the mongoose?
We just left there. He's gone. Robbery homicide's gonna stake it.
Hey, you got a hand? Yeah, look what I found in the kids' room. Looks like he's got a meeting with the mongoose tonight at 8.
Where?
Doesn't say.
I think I know where.
Yeah?
Jeff, over here. Son. You wanted to talk?
You worked with my father. I thought you might be able to tell me what he was working on.
Sure, sure.
Hey, Joe. Pep, take that aisle.
It's your dad's file?
No, just some notes I was taking.
Anybody know about this meeting?
No.
What happens to Jeff now?
He's gonna stay with the Baines so they can find a good foster home.
Good. Is he okay?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be okay. Son, listen. I want you to keep in touch with us, will you? Gonna stay in touch?
Well, all I can say is that I love you both.
We love you too, honey. We really do. It's tough. We know it's tough.
Hey, Jeff, listen, what do you say I got this Sunday off. Why don't I come by and pick you up? Spend the day together, okay?
Pepper?
Oh, well, I don't know about pepper. Yeah, okay, with pepper.
Okay, you gonna tell me?
It's very simple. First you fry your sausages, then you add your peppers, your mushrooms, your garlic,
That's
your
not
parmesan.
what I mean.
Smell this. Huh?
You're evading the issue. You broke every rule in the book.
I felt sorry for the kid, just like you did.
No, there's more to it than that. Come on, why?
Well, you want the story of my life? You already know that.
You never talk about when you were a little boy.
You never talk about when you were a little girl.
I never was a little girl.
I'll buy that.
Bill.
Okay, I was in a home.
Like Bart.
No, it's probably worse than Bart. You wouldn't believe what goes on in some of those places. I wasn't going to let that happen to that kid.
Want to go to San Francisco?
When?
Tonight.
What are you talking about?
I've already got the tickets.
Are you kidding? I got 2 days of report writing to do.
The review board reviewed our little traffic accident. It seems we failed to avoid an avoidable accident. We are on a 2-day suspension.
We are?
You wouldn't believe what goes on in San Francisco.
You say you left Southern High because of student violence? That school, Sergeant Anderson, is out of control.
Now, I'm sure your little girlfriend here doesn't want to see you get all messed up. So why don't you just pay up?
Let me go! No! I didn't ask him to rape her.
You listen to me and you hear me good. Merely suggesting or encouraging the commission of that crime makes you guilty of that crime. Do you hear me?
Should do it. I've been on some strange diets before, Mrs. Vaughn. That takes the cake. Oh, there's nothing like a visual aid. You think the class will like it, Linda? If it helps them pass your next quiz, they'll love it. Oh, 8:35. It's later than I thought. I really appreciate your staying to help me with this. Oh, my parents know I'm here. Anyway, I didn't want to leave before we were finished. You wait. My husband will be here in a minute. We can walk you to your car. Okay. Does he pick you up every night? Almost. What's his name? Frank. Frank. What's he like? Well, he just happens to be the most handsome man in the world, I think. You have a boyfriend, don't you, Linda? Sure do. Well? Well, what? Aren't you going to tell me how handsome he is? Oh, he will be when he's older. Right now, I just say that he's cute. I know what you mean. When I first met Frank, he was just that. Cute.
And what is he now?
Frank, how long have you been there eavesdropping?
Oh, long enough to hear you two talk about me.
Uh-huh.
Who's this?
Thanks a lot. That just happens to be a masterpiece of biological engineering.
Oh. Well, it's, beautiful.
Oh, Linda, this is my husband, Frank. Frank, Linda Burke.
Hello.
Hello. Ready?
How was your day?
Fine, for a change.
Good. And Connie Marquez, she okay?
I don't know. I haven't spoken with her this week.
Well, ladies, I think it's time to go. Adios, Alphonse.
Doesn't Mr. Walker ever give up? Don't you know that some teachers are workaholics?
Oh, look who's talking.
Who's there? Hey, who is it? What's going on? What the hell? You're out of your mind!
Mr. Walker, look, I was hoping you could identify or at least give me a description of who did this to you last night.
I didn't see a thing. They knocked out the lights.
They? There was more than one individual. Mr. Walker, sir, as far as we know, there were no witnesses. The janitor found you unconscious. There's got to be something you can tell me, right? There's got to be something, right, Mr. Walker?
Had to be the screen kid. Bobby Green and his friends. I gave Green an F on his midterm. He didn't like it.
Students?
It's a gang. They call themselves the Death Squad. They terrorized the whole school.
And this guy Green, is he the head honcho?
Oh, yeah. Last week, one of the algebra teachers was attacked. Constance Marquez. She couldn't take it. So she quit.
Mrs. Marquez, you say you left Southern High because of student violence?
That's right. Student violence, that's putting it mildly.
Meaning what?
Meaning I value my life. My husband is dead. I can't support my daughter if I'm in the hospital. That school, Sergeant Anderson, is out of control. Hopelessly out of control.
Well then, what do you think is causing the trouble?
It's not a minorities club. They call themselves the Squad. It's a violent criminal gang.
Are you sure of that?
I witnessed one of their beatings last week.
Did you talk to the police about it?
I went to our principal. He refused to contact the police. And he told me if I did, I might lose my job. Then I was attacked.
Mrs. Marquez, are you talking about your principal, Louis Elliott?
Elliot? Go to the police? No, no way.
Why?
He's up for promotion, so the school board is watching him. And that would reflect on his so-called ability as an administrator.
Mr. Walker, just exactly what is going on at Southern High?
Intimidations, threats, beatings. Now, Green and his gang even have this little racket going where they demand money from the students.
Extortion?
Tuition, they call it. I tell you, it's been a living hell for students and teachers.
Sounds like a combat zone.
It is. And you can't teach in a jungle like that. You can't even defend yourself.
Hey, I hope you're hungry. I got 2 Mega Bigos.
Johnny, I told you I would. Oh, well. I'll eat what I can.
Well, finish what you can.
As usual.
Gee, I wish we had some champagne. Here, have some root beer. I'm celebrating.
You got the job at the diagnostic center. Oh, that's wonderful.
Isn't it? I even get a commission if I get my friends to bring their cars in for work.
When do you start?
Next Monday after school.
Well, gee, with all that money you'll be making, what are you gonna get me for my birthday? It's next week in case you forgot.
How about a major tune-up?
What's the matter?
I just lost my appetite. Matthews, where you been? We've been looking all over for you.
We're starting to get the feeling you're avoiding us.
I owe you nothing. Wrong, buddy boy. You've been late with your tuition. Look, Matthews, I'm trying to be a nice guy. Now, I'm sure your little girlfriend here doesn't want to see you get all messed up. So why don't you just pay up? Buzz off. This guy just doesn't learn, does he, fellas? Well, I guess we're just going to have to teach you, Matthews.
Hey, Bobby. You hungry?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am a little hungry. Green, you're a scum. How'd you like to get cut? About cops. You're lucky, Matthews. I'll be looking for you in school tomorrow.
Okay, hotshots, you got what you wanted. The department okayed your plans, and the superintendent of schools is making all the arrangements.
Well, that's more like it.
And nobody at the school knows anything, right?
Except for Walker, he'll be working with us.
And the chief went along with your idea about Walker. You'll be his substitute. Use the name Colleran. Bill Colleran.
Gotcha.
And Pepper, you will go undercover as an assistant school nurse.
All right.
Use the name Evelyn Gordon.
Right.
You know, we already got a good idea who the troublemakers are.
Yes, and Joseph and I will be with Walker so we can sort of keep an eye on him.
Bill, let me remind you of something. Mr. Walker teaches current events. And I suggest that you brush up on your current events.
If I get too smart, I might make captain.
Pepper?
I know. Brush up on Band-Aid.
Right.
Oh, George, you wouldn't believe. I saw Midge Bellamy at the club this afternoon. Oh, that'll be all. Thank you, Monica. She and Martin want us over Tuesday evening for cocktails. It's sort of a bon voyage party for us.
What time?
Oh, 7-ish, I think.
I'll try to meet you there later if I can.
Oh, you'll try. Well, thanks.
I'll try, Helen. I said I'll try, now didn't I?
Oh, really? I am so tired of meeting new places. Can't you get away from that office like normal people do? Why can't we ever go anywhere together? Do you have any idea how embarrassing it is for me to have to tell people, oh, George will be along any minute. He's working hard on a divorce case, but he'll be right along. God, people think you're having an affair or something.
And what do you think, Helen?
I simply think you're working too hard.
Of course I work too hard. I have to work hard. Do you have any idea how much money this family spends? Next week, you and I are flying off to Hawaii for the 6th time. Do you know what it's costing me? Just so you can tell your friends at that club that you've been to Hawaii 6 times?
Please, not in front of Bobby, George.
How much will it cost, Dad?
More than it cost me for that van of yours, I'll tell you that. And speaking of that van, remember that quadraphonic setup that you wanted? Mm-hmm. Well, forget it. Anybody who makes an F in civics doesn't deserve one. And turn that thing off.
George!
I've warned him about his grades. Never watches a news program. Civics, mind you. Hell, all he has to do is pick up a newspaper once in a while. Even your mother reads the newspaper. Don't you, dear?
Well, yes, certain sections. Where are you going?
Out, where it's quiet and peaceful.
Oh, George, I forgot to tell you. I found some luggage for you in town today. It practically matches mine.
Hey, where's your boyfriend?
I haven't seen him yet today.
Well, he owes me a little money, Linda. And right now I want to know where he is, so I'm going to ask you just once again.
Take your scummy hands off or I'll break your neck.
Matthews. Well, what do you know? Hey, fellas, look who showed to pay up.
Daddy give you your allowance today, Johnny?
You let go of her, Granny, you're gonna be sorry. I said hands off!
Or else?
Maybe I'll call the cops.
Maybe. Maybe not. But if he ever does, his pretty little girlfriend here might not be so pretty anymore. Here. Okay? Now back to business. I really think everything would be better all around if we just settled our little debt, don't you, Matthews?
Eat it, Green.
Now, I really don't think you'll have any problems, Mr. Colleran. Everything you have to know about Mr. Walker's class is contained in a memo, which is on his desk. The assignments, the examinations, the textbook chapters, it's all there.
I'm sure I won't have any problems, Mr. Elliott.
That's good. Now, there's just one more
Oh,
thing.
I'm sorry, Mr. Elliott. I didn't know you had someone here.
No. Come in, Miss Gordon. I want you to hear this, too. Miss Gordon, this is Mr. Colleran, our substitute civics teacher. He'll be filling in for Mr. Walker. Mr. Colleran, this is Evelyn Gordon, our new nurse.
How do you do?
How do you do? You're new, too, huh?
Started today.
How about that?
Sit down. What I want to say to both of you is this. I expect a lot from my faculty and from my staff. I expect you to handle any problems from your students yourselves. Remember, this is a public school. It's not a counseling service. This is not a therapy clinic.
And if a situation should get out of hand?
Just bring them to me. I'll handle it personally.
What disciplinary steps can be taken?
I think that pretty much depends on the student. Now, the important thing to remember is that any problems at Southern High are handled at Southern High. We don't want any outside interference. It would only complicate what we're trying to accomplish here.
And that is?
To educate the students as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Now, we take a practical approach. You realize that we cannot teach all the students. We merely provide them with an opportunity to learn. And if they don't take advantage of that opportunity, then we give them passing grades until they either quit or graduate. Is that clear?
I know you won't tell me what really happened, but please don't bother yourself. I won't ask any more.
I couldn't stop them. I couldn't do anything.
Of course you couldn't, honey. Your boy here couldn't stop him. I'd hardly expect you to be able to.
Will he be all right?
He'll be fine. But I'd feel much better if you take him to the hospital and have x-rays.
Oh, no hospital.
All right. When you get home, before you go to bed, soak in a hot tub of water. You hear? Okay, now go.
Thanks.
If you two need somebody to talk to, you know where to find me.
Okay.
Those kids.
What happened to him?
What you just saw happen is an everyday occurrence.
And I was just going to tell you how much I look forward to being here.
Oh, you will, if you don't mind treating battlefield casualties. You want some advice? Get a job at a doctor's office or a hospital.
You mean it's become that bad?
Oh, it's worse. Honey, this school is a no man's land. That gang
The squad?
Oh, it seems somebody's warned you already.
Oh, well, you know how you hear things.
No, it's more than hearing things. That boy that was just in here, the gang did it to him. Well, he won't admit it. He's too terrified. Everybody's terrified of him. School property disappears as fast as we can get it in. Teachers beaten and threatened with guns and knives. Some students, I hear, pay for the privilege of attending school.
What?
Yeah. Some refuse. Last week, I had to send a boy to the hospital.
Well, what kind of kids belong to this gang?
Oh, empty kids. Mainly well-to-do, rich families. Kids with nothing except money.
Okay, you want to take your seats, please? Take your seats, please. Give me your attention. As you can see, my name is Colleran. I'm going to be substituting for Mr. Walker until he's able to get back. Hey, Red. You want to say that for the athletic field? Just take your seat. Right now, I want you to take out your current event exams from last Friday. Mr. Walker wants us to go through those questions, one by one. Okay, let's see. Question number 1. How many years has Cuba been under a communist form of government? When was their revolution? The lady in the second row. You, Kathy.
18 years, and Cuba was taken over by the communists in 1959.
Exactly right. Question number 2.
There he is.
You're late.
So?
Right on time for him.
Hey, knock it off, fool.
Did you bring a tardy excuse?
For what?
Because you're late and you've interrupted the class.
Yeah, I heard, on Cuba.
What is your name?
Alice Cooper.
Mr. Green. As I said, Mr. Green, do you have a tardy excuse?
I stepped on a banana peel.
Mr. Green's a lot of laughs, isn't he? Would you do me a favor and save that routine till after class? We're going over last Friday's exam. If you'd like to join us.
Not particularly.
Question number 2. Describe the Panama Canal.
It's a nice way to get from one ocean to the other.
Well, that's very clever, Mr. Green. You mind raising your hand the next time?
Hey, why don't you just get off my back?
Why don't I what?
I said get off my back. Look, you better be careful, Turkey, or you might end up like...
Yeah? I might end up like who? Let me tell you something. Now, I see that you and I are not going to be the best of friends. So you just stay out of my way. And then maybe I won't have to mash you and smear you all over the wall. Yeah. Question number 2.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Hello. I'm the new assistant nurse, Evelyn Gordon.
Miss Gordon.
I know what happened to you. I thought maybe you'd like to talk about it.
You said you were new here?
I started today.
No, there's nothing to talk about.
Okay, I only asked because I thought maybe there was something I could do.
There's nothing anybody can do. You'll have to excuse me, Miss Gordon. I'm late for class.
Beverly Quill. Charles Brody. John Brewer. Andrew Goldman. That's it.
Mrs. Vaughn, can I talk with you a minute?
All right. What about?
What's this?
You failed the assignment, Phyllis.
You can't fail me.
You didn't even try to do the assignment correctly, if at all. The grade is fair.
It's not fair.
All right, I'll tell you what. If you can turn this in to me tomorrow morning, correct and complete, I won't penalize you.
Forget it. I'm not doing the assignment again. Look, I just want another grade. Now.
I'm sorry. No.
Mrs. Vaughn, see, this grade is the grade that I need to graduate. And my parents are planning on buying me this really nice car, too. You don't want to screw all that up. Please?
If you don't graduate, Phyllis, it will be your fault, not mine. Now, if you want a better grade, you are going to have to do the assignment over again, and that's final.
Okay, look, you know what you can do with your stinking assignment anyway. But, when a certain person finds out about this, I think you're going to be sorry. Well, I think you're going to be damn sorry, Mrs. Vaughn. Mrs. Vaughn, this is a D. I want an A.
You must be mad.
What a trip. Right then, I thought you were going to say, not even if my life depended on it.
Get out. Go on, get out of here.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
Didn't I almost mow you down in the hallway?
Yep, I'm the one.
I'm sorry, I was late for class. I teach health. I'm Karen Vaughn.
Evelyn Gordon. I'm the new assistant nurse. Sure you're all right?
I don't know anymore. I just don't know anymore. I feel so disgusted and afraid.
Afraid of what?
Last period, one of my students, she didn't like the grade I gave her. I failed her. She threatened me. I was afraid, so I changed the grade to a D, and do you know what she wanted? An A. I mean, she demanded it. But no way. I mean, she can threaten me all she wants, but I'm not going to bend that far.
I don't understand. How can a student intimidate a teacher? Like, how can she threaten you?
You're new here. You don't know. She's in with that gang. They're called the Squad. They're capable of anything. I mean, anything. Oh, please, Evelyn, my husband's coming to meet me, and if he sees that I'm upset, he'll create a scene. He's very protective, and sometimes he overreacts.
Of course. Karen? That student, what's her name?
Phyllis Baxter.
Hi, hon.
Hi.
Ready to go home?
Yeah, I'm ready. Oh, Frank, this is Evelyn.
Hi.
Hello.
Frank's one of the football coaches at River High.
Yeah, sorry I'm late, hon. Practice ran a little long.
Oh, that's okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
Right.
Nice
Bye.
meeting you.
Oh, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Tiger, what's wrong? Oh, come on. Something's wrong.
I just have a slight headache. It was a hard day, and it isn't over yet. I'm sorry, honey. I've got to come back to school and finish up some work tonight.
Oh, hey, there's a nice-looking van. I was going to get a van like that myself once.
Hey, that's him. That's Green. The two guys with the girl are Gaines and Evans.
Who's the lovely-looking little lady?
That's Green's girlfriend. She was in my class once. Oh, impossible.
Well, she's sure riled up about something. Pretty colorful private lives for punks.
You gentlemen want a cup of coffee?
You make it?
Yep.
Not for me.
How about you, Mr. Walker?
No, thanks.
Well, the professor and Florence Nightingale.
Is there fresh coffee?
I think so.
Now, how are you feeling?
A little better, thanks.
Good.
How'd you make out today?
Listen, you got some real winners in that civics class.
I told you.
Well, here's the goods on our character. That Green looks like a real character.
Oh, he's a sweetheart, let me tell you.
The school nurse confirmed their extortion racket, all right. All the victims fall into her office every time they don't pay up.
Well, all three have been busted on GTA, battery, and burglary.
And placed on probation each time.
So what else is new?
You know something? Now that's coffee.
The boss likes it.
Coming. Good morning.
How are you not dressed?
I am dressed. All I gotta do is change. How come you're so early?
Because Mr. Elliott wouldn't like his teachers to be late.
Oh, come on. Have a cup of coffee or an apple. Teach. I'll be just a minute or so.
An apple? Did you ever take an apple to a teacher when you were a kid?
No. We didn't have enough for ourselves.
I did. When I was in the 7th grade, I had this teacher, Mary Elizabeth Zimmerman, a knockout.
Figures.
We had this tree in the backyard of Macintoshes.
And you took her one?
No, I took her a bag full. I mean, 2 dozen. She took them home that night and she made apple pies. Next morning, she brought me one. I ate the whole thing.
You ate the whole thing?
Got sick as a dog. I can't stand apple pies.
You get that and I'll hurry.
Yeah. Yeah, Pete, what's up? Okay. That was Pete.
What do you want?
A teacher named Karen Vaughn was kidnapped and raped last night. She's at Ramparts Hospital.
Hey. Hey, what happened to you, Matthews? Get hit by a car?
Or a van.
Well, how about your tuition? You got it?
This chump owes us for the past 3 weeks.
No kidding. Well, hand it over, deadbeat.
Green, I told you, eat it. Someday you're gonna get yours, Green.
Hey, I already got mine, dummy.
Hey, don't go in there. She's still unconscious. Say, don't I know you?
Yes, we met at the school.
Oh, yes. Evelyn?
Except it isn't Evelyn. It's Anderson. I'm Sergeant Anderson.
You're a cop?
We have an undercover operation at the school. We're trying to end that gang violence.
You're too late.
Look, I'm
If
sorry
you're
about
a
what
cop,
happened.
why don't you do your job? Why don't you find who did that to my wife and lock them up?
Frank, will you sit down? I need to ask you a few questions first.
Dr. Jack Matos, please report to the nurse's station.
What do you know about what happened last night?
She said she'd have to work late for me not to bother picking her up. Then she called from a payphone about 1 this morning. She told me what happened. I picked her up and called the police. I want to know what's going to be done about this.
Dr. George Freeland.
Frank, was Karen able to identify anybody?
What are you going to do, huh? Lock them up for 3 days? Send them to a shrink? What's the court going to do? Even if they're convicted, they'll probably never see a jail. They'll be right back out on the streets, free to do it all over again.
Dr. Gary Ballard, please report to the information desk.
If you don't mind, I'd like to be with my wife.
What is the meaning of infiltrating my school, carrying on like the CIA? without my approval or consent.
Would you have given your consent, Mr. Elliott? I think you'd have tried to stop us.
It is my job to maintain order on this campus. I don't need any help from outsiders.
Elliot, if you'd been doing your job instead of looking for a better one, the police wouldn't have had to be here in the first place.
We think someone in this school raped Karen Vaughn, probably a student.
What? That's ridiculous.
Her car was left in the parking lot.
Karen Vaughn worked late. It could have been anybody.
Why are you fighting us, Mr. Elliott?
I'm not fighting you, Sergeant. I just don't see any need to make a big thing out of this.
What you mean is you don't want the publicity.
No, that's not it at all.
That's exactly it, Mr. Elliott. You're afraid of the bad publicity even at the expense of people's lives.
Mr. Lawson, about what time did you see Karen Vaughn leave the school building?
Oh, it was about 11 o'clock, I'd say.
Was she alone?
Yeah, she was alone, as far as I know. She said good night and out the door.
Did you see her again?
No, that was it. But I did hear some kind of a truck or something.
A truck? Did you see it at all?
No, I just heard it. As a matter of fact, it was shortly after she left that I heard it zoom away.
Bobby, you really did it. Look, I think maybe we should just call the whole thing quits.
Hey, you're the one. It was your idea to teach her a lesson.
Yeah, teach her a lesson. Rape her? What kind of a moron are you?
Look, baby, next time you get an F, don't come crying to me.
Fine. You know, this whole thing's bugging me. There's cops that are nosing around here and they're asking questions. Bobby, they're gonna find you. They're gonna find you. I know it.
Shut up. You make me sick.
Yeah, well, I feel pretty sick. Did you have a good time, Bobby? Did you enjoy yourself?
Enjoy what? What are you talking about?
What do you think I'm talking about?
Hey, knock it off, Phyllis. I'm telling you.
Tell me. You're the one who did it, aren't you?
You kidding? It was Bill and Ralph. I only drove the van. What, do you think I'm crazy?
No, I think you're a liar. That's what I think.
Who cares what you think anyway? You're nothing but a dumb slut anyway.
Fine. That's the way you feel about it. I'm gonna go to the police.
End of discussion, baby.
Well, I don't know about this, Crowley.
You should know. You're the principal.
Well, we're not supposed to open lockers without a legitimate reason.
Elliot, you want to start numbering the reasons for you?
School administrators have the right to inspect lockers for the protection of other students. It's perfectly legal.
It's true. Would you mind opening it, please?
Jackpot.
Hard to call you Sergeant. I was just getting used to Evelyn.
Yeah, it's really Pepper.
Okay, Pepper. What can I do for you?
We know that one of the students threatened Karen Vaughn.
Of course.
Did you ever run across a Phyllis Baxter?
Did I? She spends half her time sitting in the principal's office, the other half ditching classes.
Would you say she's capable of carrying out a serious threat?
Phyllis? I don't know. But her boyfriend, Bobby Green, he certainly is.
Do you understand your rights as I've explained them to you? Do you want to talk to us without an attorney present?
I didn't do anything. Therefore, I don't need an attorney. I didn't do anything, Mr. Elliott.
Phyllis, you threatened Mrs. Vaughn, and a few hours later, she was raped.
So?
So we think it may have been the result of your threat.
Well, that's crazy. Look, just because the woman gives me an F on my assignment, I'm sure I'm going to arrange to have her raped. Sure bet. Really terrific, you guys.
Nobody said you arranged it. Maybe someone you know wanted to teach her a lesson for you. Got a little carried away.
Someone I know?
Yeah.
Like who?
Like Bobby Green?
What a jerk.
He's your boyfriend. At least that's
That's the impression everybody seems to have.
Yeah, well, that impression is history. See, he was. Big deal. What him and his friends do is their business, not mine. I don't know anything.
I think you do, Phyllis, and I want you to tell me right now. Right now!
I'm not afraid of you.
You listen to me, and you hear me good. You don't have to directly commit a crime. You don't even have to be there. Merely suggesting or encouraging the commission of that crime makes you guilty of that crime. Do you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you. All this, see, I don't understand all this talk at all.
Then maybe you can understand this, Phyllis. If you have basic knowledge of a crime, and you aid or conceal the person who committed that crime, then that makes you an accessory, Phyllis. You understand that, an accessory?
I understand that. I didn't ask him to rape her.
You just wanted her roughed up a little, right?
A little. Bobby didn't do it. Bill and Ralph did it. Bobby was driving the van. He told me that. He told me that.
You guys.
Hey, how do you know they had Phyllis in Elliott's office?
I just know.
Hey, Phyllis was really hot about you and Mrs. Vaughn, Bobby.
She's a mess. Let's cut it out, all right? Want some Coke?
Where'd you score that at?
Larry Schultz couldn't come up with his tuition, so I grabbed this instead of payment.
All right.
Where'd he get it?
Ripped it off from his old man.
Where's Phyllis, anyway?
Hey, how come you keep asking about Phyllis, man?
Oh, he's got a thing for her, don't you know what I mean?
He ain't average. He's all burned out on me.
Where do you think she is?
Well, she freaked out, all right? Maybe she jumped off a cliff.
You know, this stuff is really piling up around here, man. I mean, it's great that you live in a guest house, but, well, don't your parents ever come back here?
My parents. You know how long it's been since they've even been in the backyard? If they ever came out, they'd probably fall in the pool.
Yeah, but still, Bobby.
All right. If it'll make you feel better, when my parents split for Hawaii, we'll move some of the stuff out, all right?
Sure.
All right.
Hold it right there.
What do you want?
You three creeps got my wife into that van, slapped her around until she was practically unconscious, and then one of you raped her. Now, I want to know which one, or I'll kill all three of you.
Yeah, you're full of...
No! He means it, Bobby!
You bet I mean it, punk.
Well, what if we won't tell you who did it?
If the one I want speaks up, the other two don't have to die. Now, what about it, huh? Hey, it's all the same to me. 2 for 1, a real bargain.
Tell him, Bobby, you're the one. Why should Billy and I have to die?
Well done, Billy boy, well done. So you thought you'd avenge the little woman, eh, big man? Well, too bad. Oh, well, it'll be a noble way to die. Go! Now, get over with him, traitor.
Move it! Bobby.
Well, what now? Well, what do you think, Billy boy?
Him too?
You got it, friend.
Well, how?
We'll drive to the desert. That's where we can lose the bodies. I'll pick him up and get him into the van. You two.
Cops!
Hold it! Come on with your hands on top of your head.
Hey, no! Get him around the back! Right, get him out, we're in. Let's go. Get up. Come on, spread it out.
We'll take this turkey with us. Joe and Pete will take those other punks in the black and white.
Okay, Sergeant, move away from him.
Frank, put that gun
I
down.
said step aside.
Put the gun down, Frank.
Step aside, Sergeant, because I'm gonna kill this freak.
No, you're not gonna kill anybody. Now put the gun down.
Get out of the way, or I'll kill you too.
You fire that, Frank, and I'll be forced to kill you. Now, don't put me in that position.
You know what he did to my wife.
We all know what he did to your wife, Frank. But killing this creep is not gonna help anything. Now give me the gun.
Killing him will prevent him from doing it again to someone else. If I turn him over to you, what will you do?
Frank, put it down. You're one step closer to ruining the rest of your life and Karen's. Now, rape is bad enough, but murder, for God's sake. Put it down.
Give me the gun, Frank. Come on, give it to me. You ready home?
What a surprise.
Hi.
Hello.
Visiting hours over?
Oh, we sneaked in.
She's got connections with the nurses now.
Yeah.
We just had a minute. We thought we'd stop by and say hello.
Thank you. The roses, they're beautiful.
How are you feeling?
She's feeling well enough to go home tomorrow.
Oh, that's great.
Terrific.
Going back to work soon?
Maybe. After a little rest, I don't know.
So we were to go.
Yeah, we're gonna be late.
I owe you two an apology. I should have told you. Karen recognized the voices while they thought she was unconscious. I know it was wrong. I should have left the police work to the pros.
You take care.
See you.
Why didn't he tell us what he knew? I mean, I don't... What is it with you men? You always want to be heroes.
Oh, well, that's basic instinct, Pepper. See, that goes back to the caveman days. I mean, if a guy wanted something, he just went out and got it. You know, if he wanted a woman, he went out and grabbed one by the hair and dragged her home.
What are you trying to say?
I'd like to take you to dinner.